high school teammate, Benjamin Wilson, #1 player in the nation.
Yeah.
He was shot with a .22 in his stomach twice. He was shot by a 15-year-old kid. It was 2 of them, but I remember the kid that pulled the trigger. I wore number 25 my entire college career to carry on his legacy, and I wore it my entire NBA career.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Oh. The fact that you were able to carry on his legacy in such a meaningful way.
Yeah.
And seeing that we're about a week away from, you know.
This happened in 1985, and I still remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah. There are moments in sports that define us, and then there are seasons that refine us. Today's guest stood at the forefront of a franchise, a man whose toughness, loyalty, and leadership helped build the foundation of the Orlando Magic. He became the heart of a city, one of the most clutch and trusted players in the league, and a symbol of what it means to carry a team through adversity and pride. But his story doesn't stop on the court. A man who rebuilt his life beyond basketball, a mentor, a leader, and an example of resilience lived out loud. From Chicago to becoming the first ever draft pick of a brand new franchise, Nick Anderson showed us that greatness isn't defined by a single moment. It's defined by a lifetime of showing up. I'm honored to welcome to the Lowe Point, Nick Anderson. But first, a word from our sponsor.
I'm Erica, and these are my breasts. We've changed a lot through the years, from dating to breastfeeding and gravity. And another change, a lump, breast cancer. As part of my treatment, my doctor and I chose to add Kisqali, a pill that can help reduce my risk of breast cancer from coming back. Now I embrace change and focus on today.
Kisqali, with an aromatase inhibitor, is for adults with stage 2 and 3, HR-positive, HER2-negative early breast cancer with a high risk of coming back. Kisqali may cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in serious infections. Life-threatening lung problems and abnormal heartbeats can occur. Your doctor should test your heart and blood before and during treatment. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening cough, chest pain, or dizziness. Before taking Kisqali, tell your doctor all your medical conditions, medicines you take, and if you're breastfeeding, pregnant, or planning to be, as it can harm an unborn baby. Common side effects include nausea, headache, and tiredness.
I'm doing more today to help protect my tomorrow, because I'm more than just breast cancer.
So Nick, thank you so much for joining us on the Lowe Point. Now, I want to kind of ask you a couple questions. I want to start with the Nick before basketball. Like, who was the kid growing up on the west side of Chicago? Like, let us know the inside of who that Nick was.
Well, obviously, if you know anything about Chicago, we have our rough parts of Chicago, and a blessing, I must say that. You know, the things that I faced and went through as a young man growing up in Chicago, I guess it shaped me and molded me to the person, the man that I am today. I have no regrets.
Yeah.
Saying that I'm a kid from Chicago.
Yeah. Now, when you think about your time back in Chicago, were there any family or community members that kind of instilled some of the values that you have today early on in your life that kind of stick out to you?
Well, you know, what they say, it takes a village to raise a child. When I was growing up in Chicago, the neighborhood, the community, obviously we knew all about you. You know, who your parents were, who your brothers, sisters, aunts. You know, if you did something, you know, you got it right there, and then your parents will give it to you again.
I grew up like that too.
That's the community I grew up in. That auntie, that grandma, that big mama that we used to talk about. We had those people in my neighborhood, and we all looked out for one another. If a face that wasn't familiar came in our neighborhood, it was like all the heads stuck out. Who was that? Y'all know him?
Yep.
You know, that's where I grew up. And then My older brothers, I grew up in drugs, gangs, all of that in Chicago. My two older brothers, different gangs in Chicago, cousins. It is what it is.
Yeah. And we were talking a little bit earlier about how we learn from the people that we grow up with, and if we grow up in those type of environments, we don't have to repeat that cycle.
Exactly.
So like, did you learn what not to do from being in that environment as well?
Of course, you know, a lot was instilled in me. You know, my dad, I had a very strict father. When he said 6 o'clock, he didn't mean 6:01. You probably heard of this, don't let the street lights catch you.
Yep.
I can be on the other side of the moon and I hear that the street light started buzzing.
Yep.
And when I took off, and you know, they like, where you going? I'm going home. I knew where to be and what time to be there. And schooling, my dad especially, he was that dad that would just pop up at school, walk in the classroom, and you could be acting up when as soon as you see him, he's like, oh my God. it was one of those, and everybody was like, who dad is that? Who dad is that? And you could look around and the guy that was quiet, oh, that's your dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think is missing today.
I agree. Now let's fast forward a little bit. You became a star at Illinois and you helped lead your team to national prominence. So what did those college years teach you about work ethic, leadership, and identity?
Just you know, again, it just where I come from. It molded me just to go out and work hard. And my thing was, no one gave us anything.
Yeah.
You know, you get rewarded for the things that you would go out and work hard for, but expecting things.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that. And then my teammates in college, I had some great teammates. I throw some names out there if you're familiar with them. My teammate Kendall Gill, he's a Chicago kid.
Yep.
Kendall Gill played for the Charlotte Hornets and several other NBA teams. I had a kid by the name of Kenny Battle.
Yep.
And one of my favorites, my teammate that I played against throughout my high school career, his name is Marcus Liberty, happened to be the #1 player in the nation coming out of high school in 1987. So we had some talented players on my college team. And the big thing that I appreciate more than anything was majority of my college teammates, we were all from the Chicago area.
Wow. So it's kind of like that iron sharpening iron. You grew up in the same environment, but you guys figured out how to sharpen one another to get to that next level.
Yeah, and the thing about my college teammates, we could take constructive criticism, and when one of us see another one doing some things that, hey, no, we're not gonna have that. That's not what's gonna go on here.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of, what we say, chastise or check you.
Yeah.
Put you, hey, you veering off the road. Put you in a headlock. Like, come on back over here, bro.
Okay, so now let's fast forward even a little bit more. Being selected as the first draft pick of the Orlando Magic, not second, first round pick. Like, what did that mean for you to be able to help build that franchise from the ground up? Because nobody was talking about Orlando before you came. So
it's special, you know. No one, been the expansion team.
Yep.
Yeah, I can remember being drafted and friends back at home, even my relatives, like, the Orlando Magic, that's not an NBA team. I'm like, yes, it is. It's an expansion team.
Yep.
We just be the first year in the league. So, man, and I'm very thankful and grateful of having that opportunity. I go back to Pat Williams, God bless his soul, may he rest in peace. He drafted me.
Yeah.
He gave me an opportunity. He seen something in me that maybe I didn't see in myself, and maybe someone else didn't see, but he gave me an opportunity, and I'm so thankful and grateful to be a part of that centerpiece to so to speak, help make the Orlando Magic what it is today.
Yeah, and you made the most out of that opportunity. Yeah. Now let's talk about what could have been considered a low point. Like, every career has those moments that test you physically, mentally, emotionally. What was one of the hardest seasons of your career, and then what did you learn from that time?
Well, I used to didn't talk about this, but you know, I learned to grasp it and hold on to it and say, hey, this is part of making you who you are. I never forget, you know, 1995 in the NBA Finals, we played the Houston Rockets, and Game 1. I'm not sure exactly how many minutes were left in the game, long time ago, and I missed 4 free throws, and you know, everybody said, "Oh, we lost that game because of Nick Anderson missing 4 free throws in the game," which kind of it bothered me because I'm a guy that I'm gonna go out and give 110%.
Absolutely.
And I have to embrace the outcome.
Yeah.
We were actually beating the Houston Rockets by 25 and let them come back, and that was part of the game, and it kind of messed with me mentally.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say kind of, it did.
Yeah.
It kind of changed me in a sense. It took away my aggression mentally, and I got away from being the type of player that I had always been, and that was being aggressive, you know, being in the trenches and of everything, and it kind of got me to a low point. You know, I heard everything under the sun behind it, but it made me stronger in the end. That every game, everything is not going to happen in your favor.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
That's a great lesson to learn, because I think that sometimes we want everything to go perfectly, and we imagine and we dream what it's going to be like, what it's going to feel like,
and those who haven't had the experience of an athlete, and I don't care what level you at, some would say that they don't do it, but majority of us say, well, when you step out on that field, that court, that track, wherever it may be, you want to give it your all and your best.
every time.
You want to show everybody the work that you put in.
Yeah.
And I was one of those guys. When I competed, I wanted to compete at the highest level. I wanted to play against the best competition, and just put forth it. And sometimes it don't happen that way.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. You know, you can try to hide it on the outside, but in the inside, it's really tearing you up. You saying to yourself, man, oh, I missed that catch.
Yeah.
I missed that shot.
And then what people see is what's just on the court or on the field or on the track. They don't see that you have a whole life that's going on outside of the track. So were there other external factors that were going on outside of the court at that time that you were dealing with?
It's a lot to endure. And like you said, people don't see that part of it. They don't see the behind the scenes, all the things that you may endure.
Yeah.
All they see is, hey, they're gonna nick here on the court.
Yeah.
They don't know the things that you may be dealing with at home. You may be dealing with a parent, or your children.
Yeah.
But you still try to find a way to go out there and perform.
Yeah.
And it's sad to say, but it's true. But some people, he or she's making X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
He shouldn't feel that way.
Have any problems?
Yeah, he shouldn't have any. Come on, man. Let's not forget that these are human beings before they're anything.
Yeah. And then even with a lot of money, there comes a lot of people that start wanting from you or needing from you. So being a person who came from a community where there was a lot of struggle, where there was a lot of hardship, did that ever weigh heavily on you, or were there people tugging on you outside?
No question, no question. It's a lot of truth to it.
Yeah.
When they say it, more money, more problems.
Yeah.
I say this, and I look at it this way: money don't make you a man.
Yeah.
Money may solve things here and there, but it also brings a lot of problems. It brings on people that you don't know.
Yeah.
It brings on those who have been around you when you were growing up. Oh, you remember when I bought you a cupcake? Now,
Let me get $10,000.
Yeah. Let me. You think you better than us now? No. I hate it when people see someone who's successful, who came from a difficult place, difficult environment, and you want to label them.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't hate the work that person may have put in, the struggles. Let's uplift and, hey, I know him.
Yeah.
I went to school with him. Let's keep lifting him up, and hopefully things will continue to great things to happen to him.
So it seems like there was a lot of external pressures as well as your internal pressures because you're an athlete. But in that time, who helped you navigate that circumstance or help you get out of it? Or was it just yourself leading yourself out of it?
I had again, as we mentioned when we first started, I had a community. I had a village of people.
Yeah.
My high school coaches, my high school teammates, my college teammates, my immediate family, my brothers and sisters. Because as I mentioned, I grew up with drugs and gangs in Chicago. My two older brothers, they forbidded me to even go down that avenue. That just wasn't happening. And then the older guys in my neighborhood, hey, bro, you need to go on. Yeah, get off this corner, keep going to school, doing those things. So, and then again, I had a strict father. He was strict on me because he always used to tell me that I let your two older brothers get away, you're not getting away. So my father stayed on me. God bless his soul. My high school teachers, it's just not one person that helped me get to where I wanted to be a professional athlete. I played football, played basketball.
Multi-sport athlete.
Yeah, I did it all. We used to even set up across the street from my house. We had a park, and in wintertime they made an ice skating ring. I played hockey.
I like that. It's a little too cold for me, but I like that.
I had a hand in all of it.
Yeah. Now, so you talked to me a little bit earlier about a friend that you had, and a lot of people don't understand how you chose your number. Could you share that story with us here?
It still brings tears to my eyes today. And as we mentioned earlier before we got on camera, my high school teammate, Benjamin Wilson, #1 player in the nation.
Yeah.
His senior year, my junior year. Chicago sent me in high school. That's where I went to high school. And I got to brag on my high school. Before I move on, I'm just throw this out there. Some of the guys that came out of my high school after me. Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose and my son played together in high school. We had a kid, Kendrick Nunn, who played for the Miami Heat. He played for the Lakers.
Wow.
He's now overseas. He played. Jabari Parker.
Hey, go ahead and brag on him.
Jabari played at Duke, #2 pick coming out in the draft when he came out.
All from the same high school?
Yep, and we had another veteran who played 13, 14 years in the league. Bobby Simmons played for the Clippers, played for the Milwaukee Bucks. We built something.
Yeah.
And that foundation was not only built by the players, but the teachers, the coaches, the community.
Yeah.
They were all involved in all of us, our upbringing.
What do you think it was about that school and what is in the blueprint of success that is breeding champion after champion?
We had teachers and parents and a community that cared about all of us, not just me.
Yeah.
If you were a Wolverine, you went to Simeon, I mean, you had people who cared.
Yeah.
You had people who wanted to see you succeed, and that was the part of it. But my high school teammate was shot and killed a week before Thanksgiving, his senior year in high school, my junior year. I can remember this just like it was yesterday. He got shot in front of a school store, maybe a half a block away from the school. It happened at lunchtime. and he was shot with a .22 in his stomach twice. He was shot by a kid, a 15-year-old kid. It was two of them, but I remember the kid that pulled the trigger. Benji didn't die at the store. He died at the hospital because he lost so much blood. But Benji, you know, we talked about the number. Benji wore number 25 in high school. I wore number 44. And me and Ben used to talk about what we were going to do for our mom.
Yeah.
What school we was going to go to. See, no one knew that me and him used to sit up and talk about things like this and where we were going to go to school. And that school, Benji was number one in the nation. Benji got recruited by, if there was a school, he got recruited by college. He was 6'8", and he was our point guard in high school.
Wow.
Unfortunately, that happened. That tragic day happened. When he was shot, he didn't make it.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I carried on what we talked about.
Wow.
You know, going to the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana. I wore number 25 my entire college career to carry on his legacy, and I wore it my entire NBA career.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Oh, that's meaningful. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry. And we have those special people in our life, and the fact that you were able to carry on his legacy in such a meaningful way.
Yeah.
And seeing that we're about a week away from, you know.
Yeah, you know, I'm sorry for the.
No, don't apologize at all.
This happened in 1985, and I still remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you able to carry not only the hurt, but also the joy? Because I know when you have a teammate, you grind together, you work together, you dream together. So were you able to carry any of that on with you as you're wearing his number as like a passion to be like, I'm gonna make it?
I still carry it today.
Yeah.
Because, you know, not only what he meant to me as a friend, as a teammate, it's just a whole lot. Where we come from.
Yeah.
You know, everybody that pushed him, that pushed me, you know, I'm the type of guy, this is never just about me.
Yeah.
I it just can't be.
Yeah.
You know, I had guys that would ride or die with me, and that was all my high school teammates.
Yeah.
That's just how we were, the mold that we say we was cut from.
Yeah.
You know, we was the type of guys that we lift up one another. And I still talk to my high school teammates to this day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, even as you're talking, like, I see a leader in you. I don't just see, like, you're not an average player. You're not an average person. It seems like through every stage of your life, you have been a leader. So, like, how did that translate? When you were on the court, like, you have a long career, a storied multiple seasons that you played, and you were a leader on the court. So how did you handle that pressure? How did you keep that leadership?
The pressure came from, you know, you had those who, you know, they would say, oh, Nick, I like his game.
Yeah.
You know, it's always going to be those, oh, you can't do that, and what we call haters.
Yeah.
You know, I accepted all that.
Yeah.
You know, when you tell me something I can't do, then I have to show you that I can do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way it is, you know. But it's just wanting it.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of guy when I played ball, even in high school, even in just tournaments and stuff, I was never the guy that the chitter chat. I never did that. I just went out and played. You know, I just let you know, as the young people say today, you want this smoke, I'll give it to you. You know, I just, and I tell the young guys, even my oldest son, and we sit and joke. I have a 36-year-old son.
Stop it.
Yeah, and we sit down and talk. Like I say, he played in my high school, and
I'm gonna need your skincare regimen.
and we just talk about. I tell him, hey man, I could do a little something too, And he talk about that. I remember, all the coaches that he coached against now, because he's a high school coach at Lincoln Park High School in Chicago. And they say, man, your dad, I remember when he was sophomore in high school. I was a sophomore in high school. I was the second leading scorer in the state of Illinois.
So you weren't no slouch yourself.
Well, I never played freshman basketball. I never played junior varsity. I played 4 years of varsity basketball.
I believe that. That's easy to believe.
I played 4 years. So, I got the experience playing against the older guys. I tell young men and women today, don't always go to the gym and beat up on the guy that that you know better than.
Yeah.
Don't be scared of the competition. Don't run from it, run to it.
Yeah.
Play against the guys and the ladies that, are better than you. That's how you get better. So I had the experience. I was coming out of high school. I was number 7th in the nation in high school. I was McDonald's All-American. I was Parade All-American.
Yep.
I got recruited by a lot of these schools that these young men get recruited by.
Yeah.
All that. But I chose to stay home.
Yeah.
I went on all these visits to these national, top universities. Yeah, I experienced that, but I chose to stay home, and it was the best thing in the world.
Okay, so now that we're talking about the best thing in the world, I want you to think about, like, out of every season, what was your favorite basketball moment? I mean, when you just let them just have, I want to know what your favorite moment is.
Oh man, I would have to I had to mention this.
And don't be humble.
I would mention this. The best time I ever had playing professional basketball was the year we went to the NBA final. We were 60-22 when the season ended. We were 39-2 the regular season.
Oh, that's so good.
We were at home. We were 39-2. We only lost 2 home games that year on our way to the NBA finals.
So they knew when they came to your house,
they
were about to leave battered and bruised.
The only teams that we lost to on our way to the NBA finals was Seattle and Utah.
Yeah.
And Seattle had Gary Payton, one of my all-time favorites, and I love him because of the way he carried himself on the court and off the court, and that was Nate McMillan. I mean, they had a crew, Sean Kemp, and then Utah had John Stockton, Karl Malone, the 1-2 punch.
Yep.
One of my favorite people in the world as a coach, Jerry Sloan, Chicago guy. But that was my favorite season. But the moment playing basketball, and I don't know if you remember that. You remember when Shaq pulled down the backboard?
Yes, when he pulled down multiple backboards?
Yeah, and it hit him on the shoulder against New Jersey.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people don't know what else happened that game. I didn't start the game because I had a pulled hamstring. Mm-hmm. And my teammate Anthony Bowie started in place of me, and he got in early foul trouble. I wasn't supposed to play, but I was dressed, and I sat on the bench, and my coach, Matty Gukas.
Yeah.
This was the game that Shaq pulled down the backboard.
Yep.
I had 50 in 33 minutes.
Stop.
But nobody talks about that.
But we talking about it today. Seriously.
I had 50 in that game that Shaq.
With a torn hamstring.
Yep.
You better let him know.
Yeah, that game that Shaq pulled down the backboard and hit him on the shoulder.
You got to let him know, like, hey, that wasn't the best thing that happened that game.
But a lot of people don't talk about it, and it's okay because
yeah.
I played with Shaquille O'Neal. I played with Penny Hardaway.
Yeah.
I played with 2 of the best basketball players, in my opinion, that ever graced the floor.
Yeah.
Great teammates, great people.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow. You just, wow. Okay, you know, first of all, I'm going to have to go find the game and watch it now. But second of all, that's impressive. You had a torn hamstring.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to play, and we didn't have the medical that the young men and women have today.
Yeah.
My coach, Lenny Courier, my trainer, Lenny Courier, and David Oliver, I had a sleeve that pulled up on my thigh.
Yeah.
And that was it. I would get treatment, ultrasound, and ice.
And that's it.
And they put the electric slim on there. And
Y'all were built different. I'm thinking about you, Jackie Joyner Kersey, just running around, snatching titles, breaking records with broken and torn hamstrings.
yeah, and I tell the young men and women what y'all have today, y'all supposed to take full advantage of it.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
take full advantage. Don't try to take shortcuts.
And that's, because that eventually you transition from the role of being like that starting veteran, but you turn into that veteran mentor presence.
Yeah.
And you started taking that wisdom that you have. Now, when I hear you talking about that game, which I'm 100% going to go rewatch, but when you talk about that game, I'm thinking about those lessons of resilience, like what had to be forged through the fire as you're walking out your career.
I've been through the fire.
Yeah.
And just bouncing back and fighting.
Yeah.
It's, every day is a fight.
Yeah.
Every day is a fight. Getting up is a fight. You never know what you're gonna face.
Yeah.
But there's a saying, you stay ready, so you have to get ready.
Did you find that some of those hardships and setbacks and battles that you had to overcome and had to figure out a way through helped you when you were facing that cancer diagnosis?
I'm in a battle right now. My mom had breast cancer, she had ovarian cancer. Mm-hmm. My oldest brother, right to this day as we sit here, mm-hmm. has stage 4 lung cancer.
Oh, wow.
So my dad died from lung cancer. So it's a battle every day.
Yeah.
I got my gloves on. I keep them on.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I keep them on. So, you never know what you're going to face.
Yeah.
But like I said, just be ready.
When I went through my breast cancer journey, I learned that I started valuing every day of life. I started valuing the relationships of the people around me. With what you had faced and what you're going through with so many members of your family, were there any lessons that you learned that changed the way that you view life or how you walk through life?
Just try to be the best version of myself. Be a great person, first of all, a great dad, a great son, mm-hmm. a great mentor.
Yeah.
That's the way I try to move every day.
Yeah.
I'm that guy, and I've seen it. I can understand how people would have some issues with some athletes and some entertainers, some of them are not approachable. Yeah. They don't want to be bothered. That's not my style.
It isn't, because I met you at the Florida Mall. You were with your kids, and my husband was so excited. He's like, oh, do you know who that is? And so we walked up to you. You were so approachable. And I think when we met you, I think I was in the middle of my own battle, because I remember my hair was gone.
Yeah.
And so just it meant so much for a time period where we were going through our life and we were really struggling, and for you to take the time and talk to my husband, because he was my main caregiver, and you made his day.
I appreciate it. That's just who I am. I don't fake it.
Yeah.
I have to be 100 with you. I just respect the people who respect me, and I'm that guy that you can touch me.
Yeah.
I'm not that guy that wants to be in the back, I just can't be that way.
Yeah.
And I don't front about it. That's just not my style.
Yeah.
I'm a people person. I love being out.
Well, the people love you too.
I just love being out. I do. I've always been that way, and I will continue to be that way. I tell people all the time, being an athlete was great.
Yeah.
I got a chance to, a basketball player, go around the world and meet different people, play in different countries and different cities, and you know, so what you gonna do when the lights go down?
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
gonna do?
Do you have like some, because like I see this inner strength, like is there something that feeds and fuels that inner strength that you have?
My mom.
Mom. Yeah.
My mom's probably 5 feet tall, if that,
Stop.
and she probably weigh a buck. But she's a strong. She always has been. She's been a strong woman.
Yeah.
I mean, born and raised in Mississippi.
Yeah.
She's still feisty today at 79 years old.
Love it.
I guess I just got it from her.
Yeah.
I mean, the resilience and the fight that she's shown, even when I was a little fella growing up.
Yeah.
She's still the same way. I was sitting with her today, and I mean, she's still feisty.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny. I guess I'll probably do it too. You know, when the elders get older, like they tell you I'm 79 years old. You can't tell me what to do. I can drive if I want to.
Yes.
I was like, no, you can't. Yes, I can.
It's true. It's true. She got that fight and she passed it on to you. I bet she'll still snatch you up too.
Ooh, I don't even push it to that point. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I was raised by my grandmother, but my grandmother was a 6 foot tall woman. And she knew how to work a switch if you got out of line.
They don't. You telling them now that they don't know nothing about no switch.
Hey,
and you have to, you know, when you got in trouble, you have to go out there and
pick your own switch.
And you better not bring no small one back in there.
Nope. Well, I found the small ones were a little worse. I wanted the one that broke a little bit, but no, she was always instilling that.
But you know, that was part of what made us who we are today.
Yeah.
You know, we know what will happen if you don't do what you're supposed to.
And I think the biggest thing was the discipline. And, you know, she always drugged me to church. So she made sure that I had that faith. And so, like, it's just something about grandmothers or mothers or the ones that just really, they take the time to really pour into us. And I think that's great. And so when I look at you and I see how much mentoring you're doing and how much you're pouring into the younger generation, like if you had a message that you could tell them today for the young boy or girl in Chicago, to the young athlete that has to be the trailblazer, what would you tell them the blueprint of success looks like? What are the ingredients? What does it take?
Well, just when you're an athlete, you know, I tell young men and women, be coachable. Accept, you know, constructive criticism. Have discipline.
Yeah.
See, if you don't have discipline, somewhere down the line it's gonna be hard for you.
Yeah.
You know, listen to those who have traveled the road that you're trying to go down. I like when I see a young athlete go up to somebody who played their sport, who no longer playing, and ask for advice.
Yeah.
It sends chills down.
It does.
They want to learn something.
Yeah.
Something that they don't know.
Yeah.
You know, how can I get better doing this? And I get it. I get it from Jalen Suggs sometimes.
Yeah.
And he called me OG. What you see?
I like that.
And he asked me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't go and intervene. He asked me.
Yeah.
And it's my job as a former player, pour back into him.
Yeah.
So I really love it. And another guy who did it, Victor Oladipo, he played for the match. He did it. I just love to see it.
Yeah.
I love to see it, and I really think it only can help you.
Yeah.
You know?
So just having that humility and being understanding that there's some people that have gone before you that might know a little something. It's okay to ask them.
You know who was my favorite player, and I just modeled my game after him on the court and off the court. He was, and this with all due respect to, you know, me and MJ, that's my guy,
Yeah.
Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. I played against some of the best ball players in the world, Patrick Ewing, Akeem.
Yep.
My favorite, and before I say that, I grew up under Doc Rivers, Isaiah Thomas, Terry Cummings, Mark Aguirre. Those were my mentors coming out of Chicago. And my buddy Tim Hardaway, all us grew up together. But my favorite, and I don't have no problem saying this, my favorite NBA player of all time, and still to this day, was Joe Dumars.
Really? What did you see in him that makes me your favorite?
He was a dog on the court, on both ends of the floor. And when he stepped off that court, he put that suit on, that tie, and he was a hell of a gentleman.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to model myself after him. And I still do it to this day. And I say, Joe, if you're listening, nothing has changed. You still my man.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
And you know what I love that you said? That you're defining his success outside of basketball.
Yes, I mean, he was special. He just was my guy.
Yeah.
I want to model my game after his, and I want to be the guy that he was away from the floor. And now he's the general manager of the Pelicans.
Yeah.
He's still doing his thing. He was the general manager with the Pistons when they won that championship. Just to model citizens. And that's the way I feel about this guy.
Well, I think a lot of people feel like that about you. And so when you think back on your life from the beginning to now and where you're going to go in the future, what are you most proud about the man that you have become?
Wow.
Because I'm proud of you. So.
Well, first and foremost, my kids, they mean the world to me.
Yeah.
My youngest to my oldest, when my father passed away, he always told me, he said, look, I need you to take care of your kids and take care of your mom.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
My kids come first, If I can be in all the places at one time, I could, but I can't.
Yeah.
But I try to do the most I can for them. I want them to look at me and use me as an example. Am I perfect? No.
Yeah.
But look at Dad and say, I want to follow my dad's lead because I'm going to try to lead you to the promised land. As Moses Malone used to say, lead you to the promised land. And let's do this together. If I don't know the answer, I'll go to somebody else who may know the answer.
Yeah.
So I can relay that back to you. Again, the number one thing is it's not all about me.
Yeah.
Never has been, never will be. I'm not that type of guy. I don't operate like that. We in this together, we can find a way.
Yeah, I love that. And even I think that extends to the young children or young men and women that are watching you today. That's wisdom that they can carry for the rest of their life. I want to thank you so much for being on the show with us, but I want you to leave us with a little bit of advice for anybody who wants to accomplish something, who might be facing setbacks, hardship, have their own low point. What would you tell them for their as part of your legacy?
Put God first. That's first and foremost.
I like that.
No weapon formed against you shall prosper.
I like that.
And it can be done. If you fall down on your back, you look up, you can get up.
Hey, I've never heard that one.
That's just, we all gonna face trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And just enjoy every moment. And I have to say this, you have to realize that you got more days behind you than you have in front of you.
Yeah.
So make every day count.
I like that, man. Thank you so much for joining us. I really enjoyed our time together. Thank you for joining us on the Lowe Point, and I look forward to all the amazing things you, your kids, and all your mentees are going to do and bring to this future.
Thank you for having me, and I must say this before I go. Go Magic.
Go Magic. We learned so much today. We learned that leadership is built in saturation. Nick showed us that showing up day after day is its own kind of greatness. He taught us that strength is often quiet, not loud. Behind every highlight is discipline, humility, and heart. He taught us that you can reinvent your story at any point. Identity doesn't end when the jersey comes off. It begins again. We learned that community is legacy. Who you lift, who you mentor, and who you serve, that's greatness. And finally, resilience is not perfection. It's endurance, spirituality, and the courage to keep becoming your best self. This has been the Lowe Point. Thank you so much for joining us today.